Hi guys, how we doing? So it's been a few days since I posted anything. If you saw my short, I did lose one of my more beloved pets. Um, our first exotic and our first bird, Lulu. So I'm still a little fragile. Don't judge me too hard if you hear me get choked up on here. But we've got to kind of continue on, and now we've got to get started on the making the broken scales to where you can see the black with the red showing through. And I did test this a little bit on the other side. So what we're doing is a little bit bizarre, but it works. And that is just taking pieces of sponge and kind of tapping that paint on. And that gives it a really good broken up, kind of rough appearance. And you can see it doesn't completely cover every single inch of the dragon, which is what we want. We want those pops of that red to come through. I was going to do orange underneath it, but the more I messed with it and the more I added extra details, it feels like that would be overkill. So we are going to just give him the black over top, and then before long, we'll be able to actually start on his gems that he's guarding. And since my birthday is in February and amethyst is my birthstone, that is the color I decided to go with for the gems. I'm still kind of looking into methods to try and make those look as real as I can. I haven't quite figured out exactly how I'm going about the gems. If you guys have any suggestions, I would absolutely take them. Um, if you want to link me to other people who have done beautiful work on creating gems, um, I will happily watch somebody's videos to learn a technique. Um, Never hurts to help somebody else's career in the process. Um, so that's never a bad idea. Sometimes it's easier to learn if you can see the process. So you can kind of see now. I am going to switch to... I've got you guys zoomed out so that you can see the whole dragon. I am going to switch to a more zoomed in, just so you can kind of see the effect that it is getting. It is exactly what I was hoping for, which is this cool color change paint, which goes from black to gold, and that red just popping through underneath it like he's just almost molten underneath. So I am going to switch you guys back to the half zoom so that you can see the whole thing. But I think he's going to look really cool once this is all done. I'm actually thrilled with how the different steps of this dragon have come along. Excuse me as I struggle for a second there. My voice has been cutting in and out for the past couple of days, just simply a lot of emotion. And if you're somebody who has birds, I think you might be able to understand a little bit. It's a very different from having other pets, because this is a pet that can actually talk to you. They have the intelligence level of a toddler to young child, so they do understand a lot more and they do react a lot more. They're much, much more demanding um, which we're finding our younger conure is showing a lot more of his personality with the loss of Lulu. Um, but we're not going to focus on that too hard because you guys don't want to listen to me crying for the next 20 minutes. So I think it's time to turn him just a little bit. What do you guys think? I might have to move you back just a bit. Let's see. Maybe not. Let's see. That actually kind of worked. I might actually move you guys back just a touch there. And you can see one of the cranes in the background there. I have gotten both of the darker colored cranes done on up to this level. I'm still trying to decide if I need to go over that with anything else or leave them be. I probably will in the next couple of days be working on the light colored ones. They're going to be quite a bit more intricate. Everything I've found of that coloration has a lot of detail and a few different colors to it, so that's going to be a lot of fun, and hopefully you guys will be into seeing that. So I'm just kind of trying to go along this abdomen here. Maybe we'll just give him a little bit of a darker line there. And I don't know if you guys can hear it, but the wind is just whipping outside right now. Now, since my last video on him, I did a couple of added little details. Like I did go in and add the black spines on the wing and kind of outlined those just a little bit. I also continued on the tail, which you guys didn't see. Even though I haven't been filming, I have been out here working, just wasn't ready to talk yet. And, you know, sometimes when you're upset, that is to be expected. Never force yourself into social situations when you know you're not ready for it. That's when things can get messy very quickly. Let's see. I am going to tilt you guys up just a tiny bit and see if I can get that head in there. Which my sponge is ripping, but that kind of works because I need the smaller piece for right now. This is nothing professional, that's for absolute certain. It is actually a kitchen sponge that I tore up. Here's the remnants of it at this point. Sometimes it's better to use things that you have around than it is to spend crazy money on materials that you're not going to use a whole lot. Like if you've been following me around a while, how many times have you seen me actually use any kind of sponge technique? You'll see it a little here and there, and usually it's something kind of like this where I just take a kitchen sponge, which I order the good ones for my actual kitchen. These I actually order packs for a couple of dollars on discount sites because that, to me, it makes sense. I'm not spending a crazy amount of money on something that I fully intend to just tear apart. That would be absolutely silly to me. And I think he is really starting to come to life the way I was hoping he would. I'm just kind of darkening this up a little bit and getting a little bit of paint off my sponge before we come in here. And just lightly add a little bit of the black to his face. I don't want to go super crazy on his face. I want that red to show through a little bit more. There we go. What do you say we turn him just a bit more here? I am going to zoom you guys back out so that we can kind of see the full effect a little bit. And bring it back up a little tiny bit here. What do we think so far? Are you guys kind of seeing my vision a little bit, or anything you feel like we should be adding to it? Of course, I would put my hand on his just freshly painted face, because why wouldn't I? So, we only have half done, but that's okay. This is actually going a little quicker than I thought it would. This is a technique I have not used in the past on this scale, so I really didn't know how fast it was going to go. But I feel like we're moving along at a pretty decent pace. And you can see, actually, here on his backside where I tested this just a little bit, and this is where I tested a brush stroke that I didn't love. So it shouldn't take us long to finish this side up and get him 100% done on this level. And then next time we'll come in and just touch up some details and maybe hit the back of his wings. I may hit the back of his wings off camera just because there is no easy camera angle to reach that. And I'm afraid that the algorithms might think I'm just putting somebody's backside on my camera, because it does kind of look like a crack. So we don't want to get me into trouble with YouTube before I ever even manage to make it to monetized. So I might try and play around with it a little bit, but depending on what it looks like, it may just be an off-camera kind of deal. Which I need those projects too, because sometimes I do just want to sit out here and listen to music or listen to podcasts and just paint. Which is why he got, some of his detail work and stuff done. This is almost therapeutic for me. It's a relaxation thing as much as anything. This is my primary hobby. I do have others, but this is my favorite and has been for many years. And that didn't go away just because I started filming it sometimes. But he's coming along. And if you get a glimpse of my furry sleeves here and there, don't judge me too much. Fuzzy pajamas are the go-to for really just gross rainy days at home. Now, I probably won't be putting anything up tomorrow. I do have to work. But then I'm off on Monday, and then I work on Tuesday, so I won't put anything up then. But then I'm off again until the weekend. And barring anything else catastrophic happening, I will be working out here for at least a little while each day. after the weekend, I don't know if I'll post anything on Monday. The week from Monday is actually my birthday, so I don't know what I'm going to be doing. If I have, uh, my boyfriend does like to make plans for that day, and I like to just kind of let him. He is really good for that kind of thing. He's definitely the best for birthdays of people I've dated over the years. Last year I did have to work, but I came home from work and he had my daughter sitting in the living room, my favorite dinner, my favorite meal that he makes, which he is an incredible cook, and a red velvet cake was waiting for me. So that was a really, really nice birthday. Which I'm one, I would rather awesome memories like that over big, crazy gifts any day. Though, if you've heard me talk about my love of my turntable, that was the other thing that he did for my birthday last year. Let's see, do I have you guys cut to where you can actually see me working up here? I think this side might have come out actually cooler than the other side did. Let's go ahead and zoom you guys in again so you can actually see me working on the face. There's the close-up of the body. There's his face. And as you can see, the sponge theory is not great if you're looking to keep your hands clean. If you're fussy about clean hands, painting probably isn't the best hobby for you, but you can spend the money and buy the sponge brushes as well. I just think it's kind of silly to spend money on something that I don't plan on using a whole lot. And once again, I don't want to go super crazy on his face, just get some hints of the black in there so that he kind of ties into the rest of his body. But I think this, for as messy as it is, it might be one of the coolest techniques I've gotten to do. I am very much enjoying the effect of it. But now that we're up to this point, what we're going to do, I'm actually going to turn my light on here. And we're going to pick you guys up and actually let you see him on a bigger scale. I am actually thrilled with how this turned out. And you can see how with the light, it does switch from black to an almost greenish to the gold, depending on where the light is hitting it. Which, when he's sitting out in the sunlight, I think is going to be really, really cool. So, let me know in the comments what you think. Definitely drop me a like if you like what we're doing with him. Definitely give me some ideas of what you think we should do with him next. Or if you have any ideas for how to make these actually look like real crystals coming out from underneath him. But that's where we're going to leave it off for today. So until the next time, I will talk to you guys later.